I wanted to thank everyone for having watched my previous video. I didn't know that it would get so much attention, as much attention as it did. But I guess it resonated a lot with a lot of people. And it's reassuring to know that I'm not the only person thinking this way or feeling this way. I wanted to also thank everyone who left a comment. I read every single one of them, and I did my best to read all of them. I'm sure I missed a couple here and there. But I wanted to thank everyone for having left a comment, because I think it's important for there to be a discussion. And this is a very complex topic. There's no right or wrong answer. There's no right or wrong way to go about this. But I think having discussions is a good starting point. And I used to talk about these kind of things with my sister all the time for years. All of the things Korean culture related that we found ourselves kind of disagreeing with, like we would talk about it. But unfortunately, she is no longer here with us in the physical world. But yeah, we would have discussions all the time, just talking about it, feeling and empathizing with each other about these things, because we could relate, we understood each other, and we were more or less experiencing the same things, growing up under the same household also, and us being sisters, there's a sisterly bond that can never be replaced. So I was born in Korea, and I moved to Canada when I was really young. I grew up in Canada. But I was raised with traditional Korean values and mindset. And let me tell you, I was your stereotypical Asian girl, Asian kid growing up. I was your super overachieving, high-achieving, straight-A student in school. I was put into piano lessons since I was 4 years old. I have distinct memories of going to piano classes in Korea, and I continued them in Canada. And surprise, surprise, my parents wanted me to become a doctor. That's what they wanted me to be. I wanted to become a physicist. I wanted to study theoretical physics. I wanted to go work at NASA. I wanted to understand the universe, get the answers to all of the biggest questions that we have about the universe. So I was that kind of kid. But long story short, I went into acting and music, which is like the complete opposite. The complete different field of study or career, I guess, from academia or physics or med school. But maybe that's a topic for another video. So yeah, during my childhood and my teenagehood, the older I got during that period of time in my life, the more I was struggling internally. Although I was succeeding in school and I was doing really well academically, on the inside, I was struggling really hard with my mental health. And I don't even think I knew the concept of depression or anxiety or darker stuff at the time. But yeah, my mental health was degrading really fast and I went to dark places. That's when I started to realize that the traditional Korean values and mindset that I was being brought up with were clashing with the Western environment that I was surrounded with and growing up in. So on one hand, I'm being brought up to be this perfect, super competitive, super high achieving, all or nothing mindset, cutthroat mindset values. On the other hand, I'm learning from my environment through my friends or teachers, in the public even, or in the media, that it's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to fail sometimes. It's okay to have a more laid-back approach to certain things. And it's okay to be nice to yourself. As long as you do your best, that's all that matters. So I was having these two sides of me clashing on the inside during my teenagers, and that also caused a lot of conflict with my parents, of course. You know, with me introducing my more westernized mindset into the Korean mindset that existed in the household. Yeah, but I don't want to get too deep into it, but I'm very thankful for all of the experiences that I had. I'm very grateful for my parents, to have brought me up the way they did, because those experiences taught me how to be resilient. They taught me discipline. I'm also very thankful they put me through those piano lessons, because now I really enjoy playing the piano. It feels really good to be able to play the piano. It's a medium for me to express myself and to just be in a state of flow and just enjoy myself. And now I have musical knowledge that I can apply in my everyday life. And most of all, I am very thankful to be a Korean. I am thankful to my Korean heritage. I'm thankful to have been born Korean and all of the experiences that came with it. I spoke a lot of the negative side, but I assure you that's just a small part of the bigger picture. The positives outweigh the negatives far more. And it's a country that I would recommend anyone to go visit at least once in their lifetime, because it's a country with so much culture, the good ones that I haven't mentioned much. But yeah, the food is really the best. The food is the best. The nature over there is beautiful. There's beach, there's ocean, there's mountains. The temples are really beautiful to go visit. The cities are vibrant. It's really like no other places, and people are really nice too. In Canada, and also here where I live now in Germany, whenever I hear people speaking Korean on the streets or something, my attention would go right in the direction of where they're speaking from, because my mind goes, oh, 한국말이다, 한국 사람이다. There's a strange feeling of connectedness that I feel in those moments. And I don't know how to explain it. Maybe you also experience it with people who speak your language or who's from your culture. But also having grown up with these two differing worldviews has taught me how to think, how to self-reflect, and how to question myself and others, how to approach things with different perspectives. Yeah, and all of these experiences have made me into the person that I am today, into who I am today. And I have to say that I'm proud of where I am now in my life. I'm proud of the person that I am. I'm happy with who I am. And that's not to say that I don't have any regrets in life. I have a lot. I have so many things that I wish I could have done differently in the past. But instead of letting myself ruminate over it, I try to reflect on those experiences and think and ask myself, what can I do differently next time? What can I do better next time? Next time I encounter a similar situation, what can I do to become a better version of myself when faced with such challenges or situations? And I think that's one of the beauties in life. It's just to constantly try to evolve as a person to become a better version of yourself. And just as a side story, side quest, side note, I mentioned earlier that I do music now. When I say that, I mean I do electronic music. I'm a music producer and I also DJ. Recently, I had the opportunity to go DJ in Argentina. And there's something that I noticed in Argentina about its people that I found super fascinating. So, in most clubs, most festivals, most concerts in the world, you have people on the dance floor facing the DJ, facing the artist, the musician on the dance floor when they're dancing. In Argentina, the people, instead of facing the DJ, they face each other. They have a group of friends and they face each other. And I found that super fascinating because this tells me that it's not just about the DJ. Like, you didn't come to see just the DJ. You came here to have a good time with your friends. You came here to enjoy the music and have a good time with the people around you. Also, like when you form a circle like this, it forms a sense of, there's a comforting feeling about it. A feeling that you're not alone in this. We're all together. We're in this together. They're basically looking out for one another. I got your back. You got my back. We're all here to have a good time together. And I really love that sense of community. And that really resonated a lot with me and my Korean roots because we also have a sense of collectiveness, So having both Korean and Canadian or Western culture in me has taught me to see or relate to other cultures around the world, because with every culture there are similarities. There are definitely similarities. And it's interesting to me because although we grew up or we were raised with values that from different parts of the world, that doesn't make us completely different from each other. At the end of the day, we're all humans. We're all human beings and we're all experiencing the same emotions. We're all in this wave journey of life together. And why not just try to understand each other and go through hardships together in this wave of life that we're riding out. Yeah. And I know I'm not alone in feeling this way. Surely I can't be the only one. Yeah, I think this this is a nice platform to be able to discuss these kind of things. So I really appreciate that I have this platform to be able to share my thoughts and experiences, and hopefully it comes across someone who also feels the same way or thinks the same way, and we can relate to each other and have discussions. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, we're all in this together. We're all in this together. And nowadays, in a world where things are seemingly becoming more and more divided, I think we should be doing our best to look for positives. Become the best version of ourselves, and just put more positivity into this world. And I'm sure it's gonna go in the right direction if we all do our best.